For people, welcome back to our channel and thank you so much for joining the channel today. Guys, if you are new here, please do not forget to click the subscribe button or click the follow button, anyone that you want. It is important to us. Today's video, I want to talk about something for those who are in Northern Cyprus and they intend to leave Northern Cyprus. I have a message for you. Now, if you are in North Cyprus, remember that Northern Cyprus is not a Schengen country. Now, if you want to use a tourist visa, it is possible to apply via the embassies in Northern Cyprus. But if you want to use a student visa, it is not possible to apply from Northern Cyprus. That is to say, if you want to move to Europe, maybe to Germany, to Norway, to Czech Republic, to Slovenia, Slovakia, Poland, Germany, you are not going to get a study permit or a study visa from North Cyprus. Most embassies in North Cyprus will not grant you a study visa. They will always refer you to Turkey. I hope you understand. So this is something you should put into consideration, or they will refer you back to your home country. This is the reason why I always insist that you should make sure you are legal in North Cyprus, because if you are not legal, you may not enter an embassy in North Cyprus. And now what happens to you in case you want to go apply for a visa? But if you want to apply for a study, let me say a tourism visa or a tourist visa, it is possible to apply via the embassies in Northern Cyprus. But the problem now is going to be appointment. So in this case, you cannot go to South Cyprus, right? Yes, you cannot go to South Cyprus. So the only way is, it's either you apply from North Cyprus or you go to Turkey. And for you to go to Turkey, you need a visa. Any visa that will take you to Turkey to apply from Turkey, you need it. But remember, you may be asked in Turkey to show your Turkish residence card, not your residence permit in Northern Cyprus. Please put this into consideration. It is important. So now, my point is, if you do not find appointments to go to apply from North Cyprus for a tourism visa or tourist visa to any country in the Schengen, the UK, it's possible to go on a tourist visa or any short stay visa, but it must not be a long stay visa or study visa. You cannot get it from North Cyprus. UK, Italy, Australia, I think Germany also controls Belgium, is it Norway, Denmark, Luxembourg, and Iceland or something. Yeah, there are a lot of, even the United States, you can go on a short stay visa if you have an appointment. But if you do not have the appointment, there is no way you can apply from South Cyprus, because students from North Cyprus will not be allowed to enter South Cyprus because it is termed illegal. So please, the only thing is to do now, or the only thing for you to do now is 1, apply from North Cyprus, or 2, take a holidays, return back to your home country since you already have your residence permit in North Cyprus. In case your visa in your home country is rejected, you can go back to North Cyprus and continue with your study. So if you are legal in North Cyprus, take your holidays, take a flight, come back home. If there is no embassy which is open or no appointment available for those of you who want to apply for short stay visas to Europe, you move back to your home country, you apply from there, okay? But you must be legal, because the embassy in your home country may ask you why do you come to apply in your home country when you are already in school? They may not even ask you, but again, in case they ask you, you should defend yourself and show your legal residence permit. I hope you understand. But remember, if you are applying for this particular visa, tourist visa from North Cyprus, you must collect what is called a student letter. And if you are not legal in school, or if you haven't registered, or if you are owing tuition fee in any school, you will not get the student letter. This is something a lot of people don't know, and I think it is high time I explain to you so that you understand. Guys, please, this is the only way out. Otherwise, if you are still facing difficulties, the only way is to move back home and apply. Because if you go to Turkey, another one is that the German embassy in Ankara, let me explain to you, would ask for a Turkish residence card. So if you go to Turkey, you may even want to do the residence card again, which is still going to cost you more money before you start the visa process, which is still not going to be fruitful. A lot of people have tried Canada from North Cyprus and it didn't work. That is why I am here to explain to you guys. I'll be talking about more of this in subsequent videos till we meet again in another one. Peace out. How can I apply for exchange programs from North Cyprus, or how can I leave Northern Cyprus as an international student who is already enrolled in a school in North Cyprus? This is a question a subscriber asked me, and I think I will just be answering this question so that you understand better in a video. If you are new here, my name is Milton. Thank you so much for joining. Please follow, like, subscribe, or share, or do anything, and make sure this video goes far. Guys, North Cyprus is not a European country, and it is going to be very, very difficult for you to leave North Cyprus to Europe. First, North Cyprus is not in the European Union. It is not a member of the Schengen zone. And again, South Cyprus is in Europe. So let me start with South Cyprus. For you to get exchange programs, it is possible in South Cyprus if you are a student in South Cyprus and if you are legal in school. Remember, for you to go to Europe on exchange programs, you need a 2 semesters transcript in most cases. So if your transcript, or if you haven't studied for 2 semesters, it is going to be somehow very difficult for you to pull through. So this is something you should know, and remember that it's going to be easy for you in case you want to move. Now, remember that I said North and South are not the same. With the case of South, you can move. Like there are certain criteria, and every school has its own requirements that you are going to follow before moving. So you should put this into consideration. It is very, very important. Now let's come back to the issue of North. If you are in North Cyprus, the first thing I would like to tell you is that it is going to be difficult because most schools in North Cyprus do not have collaborations with schools in Europe. That is because they do not, probably not in Europe. You know, North Cyprus is controlled by Turkey. So they do not belong to all or some of these institutions or organizations that can grant them access into certain things. But again, it's possible to take courses in outside country and then you come back to North Cyprus and get your certificate. I think there was a time I was talking with a lecturer in Belgium, and it was possible, but at the end of the day, North Cyprus still need to sign some papers, and looking at it, the process was so tedious and I had to drop everything. And when I realized that I have to go study the program, then come back and collect a certificate from North Cyprus, I just refused that. I'm not doing it. It's better I focus on North Cyprus. So this is how it is. Now, if you are thinking of getting exchange programs in North Cyprus, it is going to be super different or not that easy. The reason is because, one, I already explained to you. The second thing is that most of the schools, you have to go for exchange programs and they will have to recommend you. But because they do not have a partnership in common, it is going to be difficult. So in this case, if you want to really leave North Cyprus to other European schools, there are 2 options. One, I will advise you to do fresh applications in this institution in Europe, so that when you get admissions, you can then apply for visa. But remember, getting a study visa from North Cyprus to Europe may be difficult. It's very difficult. I'm not even doubting this. I have been in this process before. It's very difficult. So you might need to move back home, or you move to Turkey, because even in South Cyprus, it will be difficult for them to permit you do the visa application. That is the first option if you really want to leave North Cyprus as an international student. The second option, if you want to leave North Cyprus easily, is to take a visa from the Turkish embassy, go to Turkey, then maybe produce your Turkish card, then you apply from Turkey. But there is still no guarantee. Well, like I always say, visa is never guaranteed, but the only option for you is to try till you get it. Another option for you, if you really want to leave North Cyprus, is if you are already finishing or at the point of completing your program, I will advise you to complete the program, especially if you are studying in these 4 institutions: Near East University, Cyprus International University, Guinea American University, and Eastern Mediterranean University, and the European University in Lefke. If you are in any of these institutions and you are almost through with your program, I will advise you not to quit the program. Study the program before you come back to your home country, in case it is difficult for you to leave directly from North Cyprus to wheresoever you want to go. I have a lot of people I know who left North Cyprus, returned back to their home before moving from home. It is never impossible, okay? But if you are finding difficulty, remember I said if it's difficult for you, do it this way. But remember, it is going to be very tough. I must tell you, very tough to get exchange programs. Exchange programs means that you do 2 semesters here, or maybe 1 semester. You go to another country, you do 1 semester. This is very common with European schools and schools in the West. But remember, now Cyprus is not in Europe. It is recognized only by Turkey. Even most of the time, to do collaborations with schools in Turkey, you will need a lot of paperwork. The first place I will advise you to start with is to start with the international office. Then you may proceed to the registrar's office to ask them what are the next steps to take. And remember, you need to apply. What if you apply and you don't get admissions? But again, you can get it. So I will advise you to look into this, look at the possibilities of you getting the visa, then you decide where you want to go to. I hope this helps you till we meet again in another one.